One.
Welcome to week 3 in our course this semester. Hope you're learning a lot so far. This week, we're going to be covering the select statement in SQL and about some of the options and commands within the select statement. So right now, I am in the Postgre pgadmin tool. As you can see on the screen, I have the DVD rental database up on the left-hand side, and I have the tables area within the schema, public schema, opened up. And I'm going to be focusing on the table named film, which contains films. And I'm going to go over some sample queries that you'll learn about in this lesson for the week. So the first query I want to talk about is just a standard select from command. As you can see, I'm using the star subcommand here within select, and that tells the database to return all the columns within the table mentioned. So the table here is film, select star. If I were to highlight that and run that, down below here, it's retrieving rows. You'll see that in no particular order, the entire table is displayed. If I scroll a little bit to the right here, you'll see all the columns. Now, you may not want to see all the columns. You may only want to see certain ones. And in particular, in most reports you'll write in business, you're not going to want to see every column. For example, if you look through here, there are probably some columns that are not really of particular note or mention. Maybe things like last update timestamp. It's a kind of a housekeeping column that you're not going to want to show. So what you can do is in your select statement, specify specifically which columns you want. So in this case, I just want the title, description, and rating from the table film. So I'm going to run that now. And note that only those 3 columns come back, again, in no particular order. Well, I do want to have an order here. I actually want to order these things by the rating. You can see there's a rating column here, G, PG, PG-13. So I'm going to actually use the order by command, which happens after the from, where the table you're coming from. And the order by command is the column you want to order it by, and then the order of sort, whether it's ascending order or descending order. ASC is ascending and DSC is descending. By default, if you put no order here, like that, it's going to be in ascending order. I prefer to actually explicitly mention that so I don't forget when I'm looking at this. So let's run this now and see what happens. You notice that the titles here are coming up, and we're going to order it by the rating. So the ratings are in any order. When I run this now, you'll see that, all the G's come up first. And if I were to scroll down here a bit, you'll see G's, then PG's, then PG-13. So it's now sorted by the rating in ascending order. Well, let's take this one step further. You can actually sort it 2 different ways or multiple different ways. In this case, I'll do it 2 ways. Within the rating, I want to sort it by the title of the movie. So you'll see here that the rating is sorted here, but no particular order, V, M, S, G, nothing here that is in sort order. We want to do that by title in descending order. So rating in ascending order and title in descending order. So I'll highlight this and run it. And now you'll see that not only is the rating sorted by first, but within that, it's sorted in descending order by title. So Y's come before the W's and so forth. So now we've sorted on 2 columns. You actually need to sort by things that are actually in your select statement. That's a good practice. Some versions of SQL, like Postgre, may allow you to not have the field there displayed, but in standard ANSI SQL, it is required that you have the field you are sorting by in the select statement itself. All right, so let's move on now to another command we'll learn this week, which is the distinct command. The distinct command returns unique values of the field or column that you're selecting here. So in this case, I want to select the distinct ratings from the filled table. How many different ratings do we have represented in the filled table? So if I were to execute this, you'll see that I have these 5 different ratings. And that makes sense because all the films are rated one of these 5 different ratings. But what I want to do here now is I want to actually select distinct ratings and then kind of special features. One of the columns here you'll notice in films is special features. That's a column which says, are there subtitling? Is there other types of features in there? I want to actually do a distinct rating and special features for the film. So what this is going to do is for every film out there that has a rating and a special feature, only show me distinct combinations of those two. So if I were to run this one here, you will notice that for every particular rating, so here are all the G's, there's one combination of G and trailers, commentaries, behind the scenes. One combination for G and trailers and commentaries. One for rating and behind the scenes. So you won't see a repeat here of the combination of those two. You'll see multiple G's here because we're actually saying distinct on both special features and rating. So while the prior query returned only one row for each rating, this query will return one row for each rating and special feature unique combination. All right. So let's go on to query number 7 here, and let's talk about the command between. So you'll see here between command used, and that allows you to specify in your where clause a filtering criteria on one or more columns. So here I'm saying, show me these columns from the film table where the length of the film, which is expressed in minutes in the table, is between 0 and 100 minutes. So I don't want a very long movie. I want it to be about an hour and a half or so, a little bit more. So let's look at those movies here. And I'm also sorting by rating and title. So let's run this one. And you'll see that I'm now displaying the length here, 79 minutes, 61 minutes, and so forth. All of them between 0 and 100. If I were to scroll down, you should see nothing more than 100 and nothing less than 0, which kind of makes sense. A movie has to have at least some length. And I'm also ordering it by the rating, again, still, which is the rating here, and the title in descending order. So now I'm adding on a few more things to my query, make it more interesting. And so number 8 puts it all together, and we're going to use another new command we're going to learn this week called like. The like command. It allows you to match a particular column on a pattern of character or characters. So in this case, I want to watch a movie that is not too long, up to 100 minutes. I also want the description of the movie to have the word shark in it somewhere. So I like movies about sharks. But I also want the movie to have the rating of G. So I want it to be kid-friendly. So you'll see here that in my where clause, I have the length between command. I have the description like. I'm using the % signs at before and after, which is a matching wildcard to say, I don't care what characters come before the word shark, if any, and I don't care what characters come after the word shark, if any, in the description. All I care about is the word shark is in there somewhere. And then, of course, saying rating equals G. I'm going to run this and see what happens. And I get no rows back. I'm wondering why that is so. The one thing you have to know is when you're matching character fields, and the field description and rating are both character fields, the case, it matters of the letters. So uppercase, lowercase. So in this situation, the word shark is in lowercase. And if I recall from my prior data coming back, that the word shark had a capital S. So I'm going to actually change this to a capital S and run it again to see if I now get results. And lo and behold, the word shark is here, and this one, here, and here. And notice that it's a capital S, so case does matter when you're trying to match. There are ways to get around that using some functions, built-in functions in SQL, and we'll be talking about those in a later date. But for now, you must know that the case must exactly match in order for it to return. Of course, there's also the not like as well. So what if I don't want to see a movie about sharks, right? Any other movie about sharks with rating of G and not too long, I'll use the command not like and run that one. And I should get back everything but the ones that have the word shark in it. So if I scroll down, you'll see that there are no shark movies in this list. So that's good for those who are scared of sharks. So that's our lesson for this week. Hopefully you find good value in this and all the reading that you have for the week. Cheers.